Questions on Twitter. Craig says, how do you feel about the current Social Security system, and do you like privatization? The current Social Security system sucks beyond belief. Was I unclear? Seriously. If you were to take 15% of your freaking income and put it in a fruit jar and it earned no interest, you would have more money per month than these people are going to give you if they don't go broke first. What that means is the Social Security system has a negative rate of return as a savings program. Meaning that you are loaning them your money, you're putting money into a retirement program, and when you get your money back, you're going to get back less than you put in. Not any interest and less than you put in. This is what's known as a tax. This is not a retirement program. So, privatization that's mandatory. Listen, if you were to privatize only 2% of the entire 15%, so in other words, they keep 13 to keep screwing around with and messing up with, and you are forced by law to put 2% into an investment, and you had a choice of 5 or 6 investments. I would choose growth stock mutual funds to put my money into. If you were allowed to do that, that 2% that you save, while they lose the other 13%, will pay you 10 to 20 times more at retirement than they're going to pay you. Epic failure is what you call this. It is ridiculous. Let me tell you how bad it is mathematically. I started paying into it when I was 16 years old, when I filed my first tax return. I am 50 years old this year, which means in just a few years I'll be able to start collecting from this gargantuan mess. Mathematically, if you would require me to pay no more in starting today, I will let you keep everything that I have paid in so far. In 15 years or 10 years or 20 years or however long I live, I will save and make more money on the 15% portion that I'm supposed to be paying in than I will ever receive from them from the first 35 years of my working life. That is how pitiful this is. Pitiful! Now, if you are a loser, which means that you would make minimum wage for your entire life. Now, I've worked for minimum wage, and I'm not a loser, and if you work for minimum wage, you're not a loser. But if you worked for your minimum wage from age 20 to age 70, you would, by definition, be a loser. You really need to move up at some point in your life. Hello. So if you were to take your loser wages at the bottom of the bottom and apply that formula, only 2% instead of 15%. Give them 13% to waste, and only 2% goes into savings. Your income off of that will be more in 1 month than they will pay you in 1 year. It is a disaster. Mathematically, it is a disaster. Well, what about the poor old people who are eating on it? Had they saved 1/10 of what they paid the government, forced to do so by mandatory privatization, 1/10 of the money, they would be living on 10 times more money than they get from the government now. That's what about those old people. God, people, wake up. Socialism is an economic failure. It doesn't work. It's well-intentioned because it's some goob with an aristocratic mindset that says all the little people need to be taken care of by the big people, and all you people who have earned money, we're going to take it away from you and give it to the people who didn't earn money because poor little people. And it's a well-intentioned, noble mindset thingy going on. But at the end of the day, mathematically, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. And I can prove that to you. Find me a country anywhere where socialism has caused prosperity. There's not one. I tweeted that the other day, and some guy goes, what about Sweden? Well, what about Sweden? It's a sweet place. I like it. I visited over there last year. It's a really nice place. Yeah, they got free health care. That's what they kept telling me when I was going on tour. We have free health care, and all the people go to college for free. I said, free? That's just neat. It's just free. It just appears free. So let me ask you something. What's your personal income tax rate? 65%. So I missed where the freaking free part is. Where's the free part? Besides that, if you want to call Sweden a success, you can, I guess. They're nice people. I'm not mad at you if you're Swedish, okay? It's fine. Don't get all twisted up and torqued out. But here's the deal. The economy of Atlanta, Georgia is bigger than Sweden. It's a little dinky place. It really is. There's not much to it. It's just not much to it. It's a dinky little place. It's a nice little place, and then they got them a little king and a little queen and all this stuff, and it's nice, and that's cute, but Atlanta is bigger. And so you really can't say socialism works. There's not a place out there that it has worked. That's the closest. Norway's another one, you know. But try taking their natural gas and oil and their gas and oil and reserves away from them, and all of a sudden their little socialism program in Norway will collapse because that's what's driving the whole thing. It's like Alaska. I mean, there's this little subsidy going on, you know, just a little one. Massive checks going to people from oil companies. And so, yeah, it changes the whole equation. So, you know, but again, a dinky but little economy. Not much to it. You know, you just really can't use that as a comparison. Everywhere else you go, you get no service. The people aren't motivated. There's no innovation. There's no cutting edge anything. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, get me on a whole rant off of Social Security, but the Social Security system is modeled after socialism. That's why they call it the Social Security system. That's where it got its name. And so, epic failure. And it's collapsing all around you. It's part of this debt issue that Washington's fighting with. It's part of the whole thing out there. And I got to tell you, you know, it really doesn't matter whether you like your Tahoe or not. If you don't make the payments, they're going to take it. And it doesn't matter whether you like Social Security or not, you can't make the payments anymore. The money's gone. This thing has reached the tipping point, and Washington's going to have to wake up and realize it. And you can take all the money from the rich people, and there's not enough money to fix it. By the way, I'll tax you into oblivion. Not going to be one little old lady I'll take everything you got, Ramsey, for one little old lady doesn't get any food because of social, you know, that's just stupid rhetoric. Those are, again, people can't do math. Because, you know, again, you add up the entire asset base of the top 3 or 4% that you people want to tax into oblivion, and it's not enough to support this thing for 3 days. Much less just raising their taxes to say you did something mean to rich people, which makes you somehow holy or something. Just makes you a moron. But, you know, so, now, what would I do with Social Security? I'd totally privatize it. Totally. And I'd, you know, pick out a group of people to help during the transition period to where in one generation the thing's gone. And it'd be bloody, too. You wouldn't like it if I did it. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.